But instead, the games are starting. We are into the first between MarineLorD and PuppyPaw. Upper bracket, best of 5. Let's get to it.
And here we're about to get these outlooks on the spawn, see if we're going to potentially get one of those god spawns from the Mongols or not. MarineLorD in the south as the Chinese, going heavier onto the wood with multiple sets of vills, and Puppy just laying down that TC next to a berry patch and a wood line and going heavy onto gold.
That's one way of putting it. How many villages? 10. Well, I mean, he won't have to come out here anytime too soon afterwards, right? It's definitely an interesting approach. You know, I'm just looking at some stats between these guys. It's pretty interesting, actually. MarineLorD seems to dominate, right? Which I think we'd expect, right? Like, if you think about the history of these two players, PuppyPaw's rise, but if you had to put a percentage, a win rate for PuppyPaw up against MarineLorD, like the split, what do you think it would be?
I'm going to say I think it's a better win percentage for Puppy compared to Wham versus MarineLorD.
You're nitpicking to be nice about it. I get it. But I want the real number. I
still think MarineLorD's probably at like 92%.
Wow. 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 I'm sorry, PuppyPaw. It's not that bad, Dabston. It's 80%. It's still pretty bad, but it's 80%.
Maybe I'm thinking of Wham over here. Wham's might be a little worse than that, maybe, if my memory serves correct.
Oh, yeah, let me just shift and blame the other bro now. I see how it is. It's like, I'm American, they're Canadian. We're just natural enemies. That's the way the world works. But
no. We're a squad here. We're Team NA. Come on now.
Of course.
We've had the NA, versus the world stuff. We've had some of these matchups. I think there was a Team Canada versus US one. That one I was with US, obviously, but we're Team NA overall. We're cheering on anything we can. And look at the quick silver tree opening with the wheelbarrow as well.
Yep, and of course, the cool thing you can do here compared to any other Civ is you pack up, go to the Uvu, you double produce, and as they head to the neutral trade post, you just wheel that silver tree into the other corner. It's a really sneaky play on a map like Basin where it's very hard to get eyes on that. And by the way, just to round out that thought on like the series, as I said, it's a 20%. They've clashed 10 times, so PuppyPaw's only been able to beat him twice. That was in the August and June weeklies, I believe, in the Red Bull World LoL Legacy. Road to Red Bull.
You know what? I think I remember PuppyPaw playing Abbasid versus MarineLorD in one of those matchups. A nice dub with it.
He actually respects, like, he understands. Like, I think most people will kind of bat the idea that, like, Wham and PuppyPaw probably top 4 Abbasid players. I don't think that's a stretch. You know, other players that are really impressive on that Civ to me, I think Recon and Magic come to mind.
Magic, when I think of Magic and Abbasid, I think of the 4 TC play we saw from Lucifer.
No, please, we're not going back to that again.
But Silver Tree is finished. MarineLorD spots out the Silver Tree right as it's finishing up, so he knows that he is going to need to deal with some of that trade. And what's going to be the game plan to stop the trade? PuppyPaw and the Mongols, I like what he typically does with the trade. He doesn't overinvest into it. He's usually not one that's like, I'm going to invest in 25 traders and I'm booming on up, continuing to make traders. It's usually 2 to 4 traders and then pay off, hit up your castle age and continue to kind of, maybe if you've taken that map control, then you're good there. But MarineLorD already getting an outpost next to that neutral market.
And keep in mind, like, PuppyPaw's play is going to be slightly delayed to where it would normally be because ever since the nerfs to this build where you have to expend more stone now to get those silver tree traders out, people were switching up the build, which you're seeing here from PuppyPaw. Like, it's weird to see this because it's been a long time since Mongols have had to do this. Dropping a marketplace for the shorter trade route as something that has been missing from Mongol trade for, I want to say, 4 months.
And the hand cannon emplacements immediately upgraded with that outpost. Villager still there as well. We did see double production on the horseman from PuppyPaw. And it's going to be a wall.
Wait, but like, no. Okay, but surely you wall north to south so they come in range of the hand cannon slit, right? I actually, no, it would make a difference. Yeah, ignore me. It wouldn't make that much of a difference, but...
Yeah, I think either way, yeah, if they touch the market, they come in range. Couple attacks coming in on the outpost. The problem for Puppy that he's about to find is he's got to pull his horseman away, but as he does that, MarineLorD is sure to jump this Vil out and just tap on that tower just 2 times and heal it back up to full.
But how much is PuppyPaw getting for this trade? Like, he's probably going to get maybe 100 gold or so. So, losing a horseman is kind of not the biggest deal because you've at least returned that cost by protecting the trader. It's not ideal, but it's something.
He was thinking if that had been any other civ other than Chinese, the hand cannon slits one-shot the wolves, but arrow slits and whatnot I don't think do. 3 horsemen there this time, fortified outposts is in. They're not going to have any luck at burning that down.
This is just the perfect read by MarineLorD, and it makes a lot of sense, right? Like, we talked about the fact that this is a pretty dominant map for the Chinese. If you're picking Mongols, you're either trying to be, like, ultra-aggressive with Tower Rush, like we talked about, but because the window is so much small for Dark Age with the 12 villager start, the only option really left on the table was this trade play. I just love how quick the play from Chinese was to get out, right? MarineLorD even ensured that he was hoarding the stone to get all the upgrades and prevent any counter to him.
Yeah, already MarineLorD pushing spears across the map, trying to cut off some of those traders on the way back. And if I'm PuppyPaw, what's my game plan here? I mean, you've already made the traders. Yep, that was what I was going to mention. You go for the other corner.
Yeah, right next to your opponent's base. It's a ambitious play, I think is the word I'm looking for here. We'll just have to see if it works out.
The benefit for Puppy, he did at least get 3 returns.
Yes.
So all of those traders did bring their resources back. You can see his gold in the bank sky high already. Has his horseman denying up that stone. MarineLorD going for that typical 2TC song play.
Yeah, and these horsemen are going to idle up a little bit. It's not the worst idea. And it's all because MarineLorD, because he prioritized the outpost and some walls, he obviously wasn't going to have spears immediately, which would usually be a standard play by the Chinese, considering the Mongols tend to be the raiders.
Yep, 1 spear taken out. PuppyPaw swapping over to archers. That's usually the play when you will see the silver tree. Not only that, just dropping an outpost front and center to get some nice map control, some nice vision of what's going on in MarineLorD's base.
Yeah, I'm just like, looking at that Barbican drop location is a very interesting one out of MarineLorD. It means that if PuppyPaw doesn't have the Khan, he could easily just run into it. It was a cool idea, and by putting it here, he does secure the deer location for the follow-up TC. So now you can kind of see the way that MarineLorD is curving his base to naturally block out the alternative trade post option while also gaining the resources he needs.
Yeah, grabbing up that next deer with it. Horsemen circling around. The problem for Puppy now is, like, where is he going to find damage? I see MarineLorD dropping 1 wall segment from the backside wood line to the edge of the map. And then from there, he's kind of just got his base protected. He's got a couple Vils still trying to build yet another outpost to kind of encircle MarineLorD, but only 1 archer there to protect this, and the spears clear up the archer.
Cool play going in with the horseman here. Like, it just buys time for the build-up, but quick reactions out there at MarineLorD. If he kept chasing this horseman, then PuppyPaw would have achieved his real goal, which, of course, was that outpost.
Yeah, instead, MarineLorD sniffs out the play, sending the spearmen to go after... Oh, no. Sorry. Sniffing those spearmen to go after the Vils, and just how we mentioned, those traders are going down to that southern market.
Oh, Khan? It's...
GG's in the chat.
Hey, man, he respawns. It's just like a free unit. Who cares?
Wall slowly being built, and I believe MarineLorD's going to be able to get that wall. Oh, did PuppyPaw just drop his market to block off the wall?
Maybe. That's pretty big brain if so. Like, he has to get really close to ensure it. There it is. Yes, indeed he does. What a play out of PuppyPaw.
What a big brain over here. That's going to be a significant amount of attempting to wall around that market, and has allowed his traders to get through, and a little bit of extra idle time on the backside as this horseman mass and archer mass is a little bit bigger than MarineLorD saw a bit ago.
Now, MarineLorD is still 2 TCs, so while he's idle back here, he can kind of afford it to a certain degree as the game goes on. If he just walls around this, by the way, which I think there is a gap near the gold vein where he could do this, then, like, this marketplace can't leave. It's literally stuck here in perpetuity.
Yeah, and not only that, that would force the traders to run into that secondary town center range, but it doesn't really matter at this point as those traders, they're getting taken down by those Chukanu already.
Nope, he's getting away. He's limping back. The greedy ducker didn't want to leave it behind.
Gold. He's got that gold. That's why you send it to the southern market. You're just like, hey, it's worth it, you know?
Meanwhile, back at home, MarineLorD said, okay, if you're playing the flanks this aggressively, who's defending the women and children at home? Answer,
Just
nobody.
Continuing to dive out on either side. No one is defending at home, and as you can see, PuppyPaw.
Wow. Yeah. Instantly calls the GG. He realizes he got outsmarted there. A great idea by PuppyPaw, but he's feigning strength when really there's weakness. And it means MarineLorD will get a very quick opening game to this series.